Afternoon on the beautiful Gold Coast here in Queensland and gorgeous Australia. I want to have a talk this afternoon about helping addicts. Geez, it's a tough time for you guys out there who are experiencing what a loved one is going through in your life. I know this firsthand because of the damage that I done to the people that really cared for me when I was using and full on in addiction. Addicts, when they're full blown in addiction, are so selfish. In a way, they don't understand how selfish they are. So whatever you do to support people in addiction, I know it's really hard, but the calmer you are and the more compassionate you are and the more loving you are and the more thoughtful you are, the more effective you're going to be to reach your loved ones when they're going through addiction. But don't be fooled, or don't let them think that that approach is a fool's approach. Be very aware of how manipulative they are, and when they come at you and want things from you, if it's not help and support to do something about the terrible problem they're in at that point in stage, if it's money, or they might even use saying that they want to go into recovery to get money off you, to get drugs. But be very aware about giving your loved ones money or other support that's going to feed their habits. I used to come up with some beauties approaching my parents and my loved ones, and they didn't know any better. But because they loved me, sometimes they would give to me, and that was nice that they gave, but that was not the support that I really needed. Addicts need professional support. They need counselling. They need to go into environments where there's other people experiencing the same problems that they're going through, the same pain that they're experiencing, the emotional turmoil within their soul that they're not coping with at this point and stage in their life. They need relatability from other people going through similar experiences. This relatability will help them, and they will find a common ground there. Just remember also that you too are going through a really tough time in your life. You're going through a time of upheaval also. And as the addict is going through a tough time, you're experiencing a really tough time also. The addict is not alone in this struggle in life. What the addict doesn't understand is that they're taking yourself and other people through this experience with them. And it's so easy to get angry at them, and it's so easy to resent them for what they're doing, and they're normal feelings. And please reach out to people professionally for you where you're going to get supported in there, because you need that support. You need to talk about your anger, how much you're not liking them at the moment. You need to talk about the pain that you feel and what you're going through. If you don't deal with yourself adequately, that might come through in your interaction with the addict, and the last thing you want is conflict in there. There's enough conflict at the moment because that's why people go through addictions. It's emotional conflict, it's emotional pain that people need to deal with. That is the core of addictions. It starts from pain, and that's what has to be sorted out. So look after yourself in there and take care of yourself. It's really important. There's many of services on the internet that you can go to as a loved one to help the addict. Try and get the addict into detox. It's really important. If you can ring up a detoxification centre in your local town or your city or wherever you live, and talk to them about some of the help that you need from a caring perspective, that you want to direct your loved ones into help. And detox is the first step, because with detox it clears the drugs and the harmful components of drugs that addicts put into their system. It clears that stuff out, and it gives the addict the time period that they need to get to the emotional pain. And unfortunately you can't do that while you're on drugs. You need to be rid of the drugs. You need to feel your feelings. It's really important that you feel your feelings as an addict wanting to get better. Because unfortunately, if you don't get right down to your feelings and work out the professional help you need to deal with your feelings, the rest is pretty much a band-aid approach. It might work for some for a period of time, where you might hear of rehabilitation centres that want to take a lot of money off you, and they say they've got a lot to offer, but their programs are like 6 weeks and short term. I've got some bad news. It's a lifetime recovery when you're an addict. So, I'm not saying these programs don't help, but there are other services out there that will cost you less money if you search for them. A lot of government organisations out there that will offer help. Salvation Army, St Vincent's de Paul. There's a lot of free services out there that are there to help your addict and hopefully get your loved one on the right track. I hope this has been somewhat helpful to you, and I hope you enjoy the blog that's associated to it. You take good care now. I know what you're going through. I've been there as an addict, and I've had the relationship with people exactly like you guys that are not addicts, and I know what you're experiencing. God bless now, and you take care. Look after yourself.